scarlet blaze. A clash of ambitions. Edelgard succeeds in containing Ayer's insurgency, and while she is concerned by the absence of the nefarious Tallus, she prepares her army for the next step regardless. The time is nigh to crush the kingdom and Central Church's growing momentum and put an end to the war. But no one knows that fate holds another cruel twist.
I've gathered you here in Garreg Mach because the time has come. We are returning to the front.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting to hear that forever! Let's go wreck things!
For the next phase of our campaign, we'll be working with the Alliance's leader, Claude, to tighten our cordon around the kingdom. Rather than try to advance on the Western Front, we'll join forces with the Alliance and press in from the east.
This means we'll be marching northeast from the monastery and infiltrating Galatea. So long as the Alliance does not attempt any underhanded schemes, our victory there is assured.
I hope we can finally end it this time. I don't think I can deal with doubling back again.
Agreed. This slog has slogged on long enough.
Worry not, friends. I'll not be blindsided twice. I promise you that. We won't rest until all of Fodlan is united. We will fight tooth and nail for it, and we'll do so together.
We made some headway on the Western Front once the Empire pulled its main force back.
What does it matter when their Minister of Military Affairs still holds Aryan Road? Even if we were in a position to keep throwing troops at those walls, we're never going to crack them.
But if we keep digging our heels in here, their main force will be on us again in no time.
It appears they have already dealt with the insurrection at Fort Mercius. If they don't come at us from the west, they'll soon waltz right in from the east.
Might I offer a suggestion, King Dimitri?
Of course, Lady Rhea.
We should retake Garreg Mach. It is the only way to reverse our current fortunes. If I call upon the Church's faithful, they will come running from every corner of Fodlan to liberate the monastery in the goddess's name. With Garreg Mach under our control, we will be able to keep the Imperial army in check. Additionally, it might convince some of the more fickle Alliance lords to reconsider their loyalties.
I mean no disrespect, Lady Rhea, but this proposal hardly seems...
There is more. As you know, the Bishop of the Southern Church is currently seated at the monastery. If we remove him, it reminds the world anew that Archbishop Rhea is the rightful head of the Church of Seiros. I believe this will shake some of the more devout Adrestian lords from their Emperor's grip.
While their faith may waver now, Adrestia is still the cradle of the Church of Seiros. There are yet many pious believers among their nobility. If we can pull them to our side, it may shift the war back in our favor.
We should strike while the iron is hot. I will get the word out at once.
Hold, Lady Rhea. While I now concede that your plan to retake the monastery has some merit, I must ask that you alert no one.
And why not? I need only say the word, and an army of believers will flock to our cause.
Yes, and the moment the enemy spies people flooding in from across hill and dale, they'll realize what we're planning and bolster their defenses.
You believe their defenses are mightier than the faith of the people? By the goddess, have our enemies truly become so powerful? In that case, what do you propose?
We entrust the eastern lines to houses Karen and Galatea, then ride en masse toward Aryan Road. The enemy will think we intend to assail the Silver Maiden, but instead, we break east.
East? Then we'll be attacking the monastery through the Valley of Torment. I get your thinking now. If we attack from the west, Aryan Road would be at our backs, and the Empire could box us in.
Very well. I have no objections. My church members will assist in guiding your soldiers through ALL. The monastery is holy and precious to us, and by the name of the goddess, I swear, it will be ours again.
Good. Then I'll ready the troops. Lady Rhea, Seteth, I place all of our futures in your hands.
So, this is probably a giant waste of everyone's time, but I've got an idea.
What if we tried this? Just leave everything to me.
Shall we?
You sure you're eating
Got
right?
a minute?
How disappointing.
Honestly, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Let's see.
So, let's think about that.
Right on.
Hey.
Excuse me, I must be telling you.
How's it going?
Over here. Good day. If you please.
Can we talk?
I'm not sure. You don't say.
Let's see.
Thing is,
Let's see.
nope.
You know. My, how troubling.
It's you.
Huh? And that's it.
What do you think? Oh.
Hey, stay in chat.
You sure?
Oh.
What do you think?
Right.
Short.
Are you busy?
Good to see you. Do you have a moment?
You sure?
Right.
Let me think. Well?
Let's see.
Ah. Perhaps I will ask Edelgard to handle this matter. As for this one, it seems as though I have no choice but to do it myself. If only I could spare the time.
Hey, Ferdinand, you should probably think about getting some sleep. That's an order, actually, from Hubert. But I agree with him.
My apologies. My list of responsibilities has grown rather unwieldy of late. Exhausted as I may be, I will be done here shortly. You need not fret.
Ferdinand, come on. I thought you were supposed to be giving everything your all. If you're really that tired, how are you gonna be in any shape for what's coming tomorrow? Go on and give your all to a good night's sleep.
Yes, you are right. How could I, of all people, not realize the error in my ways? I shall take that to heart.
Glad to hear you're coming around. Oh, and finish fast, okay? Here, I'll even help. I don't want to go to bed just to find out you stayed up all night working. Let me just...
Wait.
What's up?
Never mind. Thank you for the concern. I will be sure to convey my gratitude to Hubert later as well.
Don't forget. He's really worried about you, you know.
Is he now? Usually he finds any occasion to criticize me.
Same here.
Is that so? And here I thought he had taken a shine to you.
If he has, he sure doesn't show it.
Before I forget, what would you think about coordinating our schedules tomorrow? I've been so absorbed in my work of late, we've scarcely had the chance to spend time together. I have been pouring all of my effort into rising early, training, eating, and in the process, I have neglected our friendship. As fellow advocates of giving one's all to all of life's pursuits, I say we work together to draw out each other's dormant potential.
Works for me. My schedule's pretty light these days. It'll be good to spend some time together. But just so we're clear, we are not on the same page with this whole giving our all thing.
Splendid! This should serve as all the motivation I need to continue pressing onward undaunted. And with that settled, I believe it is time for us to devote ourselves fully to a tranquil slumber. Come, our lump-riddled camp beds await our zealous efforts.
Okay, this time you are joking, right? It's seriously impossible to tell with you sometimes. Tough fight, eh, Lawrence? I'm just glad we both made it back safe.
Indeed. Without your help, I surely would have met a noble warrior's demise. Thankfully, my admirers will have no reason to weep today. And for that, you have my gratitude.
Well, that took a weird turn.
Do you remember what I said before about the order of things in Fódlan?
Huh. Can't seem to remember. What's all this about?
You surely cannot be serious. I told you that it was a noble's duty to protect the common folk. However, were a commoner to take a lethal strike in a noble's stead, then we have failed in our duty. I was dangerously close to suffering that fate myself.
Okay, sure, but you would have died if I hadn't saved you.
And in doing so, you put yourself in a most precarious position. Your life could have been forfeit.
Risking my neck to save others is just what I do.
Yes, well, you were lucky to keep it unsevered this time. Mark my words, there is no reason a commoner should ever put their life on the line for a noble. I couldn't bear the thought of someone of your status sacrificing their life for the sake of my own. So do not do that again. Are we clear?
Wow, that's how you repay the person who saved your life? I expected better from you, Lawrence.
No, that's not it. Truly, you have my sincere thanks. I simply want you to understand my position.
All right, I take it back. No need to get all riled up. You're a real piece of work, you know that?
Me? How rude! I will have you know I'm quite serious about this matter.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but we can end up in that situation 100 times, and I'll save you every single one.
Astonishing. You fail to understand me after all this.
I get what you're going for, but I've got my own way of doing things. Mercenary or no, I know there's nothing worse than watching an ally die right in front of me, especially if they're weaker than me. I just can't help but jump in to save them, you know?
Weaker? You cannot possibly mean me.
Hey, you're the one who almost kicked the bucket out there. If you don't want people rushing in to save you, then you've just gotta get stronger.
I must admit, your argument is sound. I cannot refute it. In that case, I ask you keep your eyes on me from this day forth. I shall endeavor to improve myself. The day my strength surpasses yours, my noble personage will save your commoner skin and restore the proper order to this world. Yes, this shall solve all of Fódlan's problems.
This is why nobody believes me when I say he's actually a decent guy.
Aha.
Looks like he's at it again. How's the book, Ignatz?
Ah! Could you please not surprise me like that?
Sorry. So, you got more books, huh? They look expensive.
They were tucked away in my family's storeroom. I had my brother send them to me. We're a merchant family. All the books here are technically meant to be for sale, but they've gone unsold for years now, so he sent them, without telling my father.
Your brother sounds like a nice guy. Are you two close?
We weren't when we were younger, but I guess we are now. We do write to each other a lot, and he listens to even my strangest requests. That's why I tend to go to him for everything. Wonder if he feels sorry for me since I became a knight for our family's benefit.
So you didn't really want to do it then?
Well, no, that's not... I did it because I wanted to help them. Now that I'm a knight for House Gloucester, I've been able to make a lot more connections with the nobility. If I use that to help my family's business, then I'm perfectly happy with where I am.
If you say so. What kind of books did you borrow?
A bunch of travel journals and collections of letters from far-off places. No matter how painful life may be, It all fades away when I read these books and imagine myself traveling.
Wait, did you just say painful? I knew you weren't happy. What you really want to do is travel around and paint all the scenery you like, don't you?
What? How do you know that?
You're not exactly hiding it. You've got books on painting techniques, preparing pigments, and all that kind of stuff right here.
Yes. The truth is, I love painting. I know the world holds all these wondrous sights that I can't even begin to imagine. If only I could see them for myself and capture them on canvas. I used to dream of doing that. But things are different now, you know? I don't regret becoming a knight, and I didn't do it just for my family's sake. I want to do my part to shape Fódlan's future. It's my responsibility as much as anyone else's. That conviction has only grown with every battle. Ah, that must have sounded so arrogant. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassing myself.
All right. If you're gonna make it that clear you don't regret your choice, then I'll stop pestering you. But this war is gonna end one day. Why not keep your dreams alive for when it does?
Maybe I will.
Hey, Happy. You got a minute?
I have several. Need something?
So, I heard a little about your past, and I was wondering if you wouldn't mind telling me more about it.
I see. So now you know, huh? Not the most pleasant story. What did you want to know?
I was thinking about how you asked all those questions about my mom, and I realized you were probably worried I went through the same thing as you.
Yeah, that about sums it up. You do have those mysterious powers after all. When I was little, some strange lady kidnapped me. I became a test subject for her twisted experiments. That's how I ended up with my condition, or whatever you want to call it. Not that it's life-threatening.
Safe to say my mom never did anything like that. I'm pretty sure I'd remember it if she did. She didn't really talk much, but I don't think she had a deceitful bone in her body. Her life was kinda just what you'd expect out in a village like that. She did keep to herself, though. Thinking about it more, it's possible she was on the run from someone.
That does sound a little worrying. But in any event, I'm glad you didn't go through what I did. And unlike me, it seems you've got a pretty good handle on your powers.
Nah, I don't really have full control of them yet. You never know when something might go wrong. One day that sword might overtake me, and I'll turn into a monster. Like something out of a fairy tale.
If that ever happens, I'll just sigh and you'll come running. Then me and all your old friends would put you out of your misery. Now that's a real fairy tale ending.
Oh, that won't give me nightmares at all. But if it ever came to it, I think that's how I'd like to go. Mercenaries need to use every weapon and tactic at their disposal. Maybe flinging these powers around isn't such a good idea, but right now, I need to do whatever I can to stay alive. Now honestly, I should probably take a page out of your book and only use them as a last resort. I think that's what makes you pretty incredible, Happy. You've got this power right there, but choose not to use it.
I think that means I just gave up. You're way more amazing because you're still trying. No doubt about it.
No, you're the amazing one. And you can't tell me otherwise.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Anyway, was that all? 'Cause I feel like I need to move.
Yeah, thanks for talking with me. You going to train?
Yep. Figure it couldn't hurt to put in a little effort. You should come too if you're free. I hope to see you there.
Come to think of it. Experiments, huh? What did that dream even mean?
You're in better spirits than I expected. You look at least 2 shades less pale than you did after the battle at Fort Mercius.
Oh, but your majesty does enjoy telling it like it is. Would it be the end of you to show a little compassion? No. Then you would just be pitying me. I do not know which is worse. Regardless, I am well. Thank you for noticing. Ask of me what you will, and I shall see it done.
I don't need anything from you, Ferdinand. Or at least not in that way. Just give me your usual effort, and that should be enough to get us through the upcoming battle.
You can count on me. Point me at a foe, and I will dispatch them with all haste. I cannot afford to die now, or my page in the history books will end in a most horrid fashion. Plagued by the guilt of striking down his father, Ferdinand welcomed the cold embrace of death on the battlefield. Or some such hogwash. Yes, I killed my father. And I would be a liar if I said it did not wound me nearly beyond reckoning. But I will not hate myself for it. It was the correct choice. I did the right thing.
Well, don't feel too bad. Imagine what they would write about me if we lose this war. Despite her futile attempts to wrest power from the Prime Minister, the Emperor's people turned against her and her life ended in abject failure. The end. I know exactly what the world would say of me, which is why I have no intention of losing.
I will not permit such a thing to happen. If ever my life were to be weighed against yours, I would gladly perish in ignominy if it meant keeping you alive and well. What? Did I say something amusing?
No, it's just... You're so strong, so proud. If all the world's nobles were like you, there would be no need to dismantle the aristocracy. That's all. I know it's a futile thought.
Nothing is futile. Though even I must admit it seems to be so, given the circumstances. Still, you vastly underestimate the potential of the aristocracy. For generations, our ancestors worked hand in hand, sharing knowledge and wisdom to administer our great land and ensure it was well protected. They acquired knowledge of the region and developed good policies to rule it. And in doing so, they earned the trust of the people. We cannot throw away everything they have built. It would be folly.
Of course not. What do you take me for? I'm dismantling the aristocracy, not their legacy. The common folk will take up the torch and carry on.
Do you believe they are ready? No matter how gifted they may be, they are only commoners. In order to replace the nobility, they need to be educated. Wait a moment. I see your plan now. You intend to establish a school. One that is not merely for nobles and wealthy merchant children, like the Officers' Academy once was. A school where anyone can enroll, regardless of wealth or standing, and get an education rivaling that of any noble.
Ferdinand? I cannot begin to guess where that idea sprung from. But this is exactly why I need you beside me as we shape the future of Adrestia.
You mean to say that you did not actually... So I was... Well, it is nice to be needed.
What is Talus plotting? Will the capital be all right? If another imposter... Who's there?
Lady Edelgard? Is that you?
Bernadetta? What are you doing here at this hour?
Oh, well, I was maybe sort of hoping to hole up here for a while. This is one of my go-to spots when I want to be alone.
In that case, I apologize for intruding.
Oh, it's really not a big deal or anything. Lady Edelgard? Is everything alright? You seem, well, kind of down. If something's bothering you, I'd be happy to listen. If you don't mind talking to me, I mean.
Thank you, but I wouldn't know where to begin. Once the Emperor starts rattling off her many woes, you're likely to be trapped here forever.
Actually, that isn't what I meant.
Then, what did you mean?
Do you remember that time you told me how my curse was lifted? And then you started to say that yours was too? Well, I've been worried that curse has been eating away at you the way mine did with me. Is that why you're here all alone in the middle of the night?
I wasn't expecting you to see right through me quite so easily. But you're right. Something is eating at me. There is an enemy I thought I'd fought and beaten, which I believed freed me from my curse. Alas, that was wishful thinking. My enemy is still alive. And worse yet, he is not alone.
That sounds terrible. But I know how that feels. I've been struggling too. If I stay outside too long, I end up being seized by this panic that makes me want to hide away again. I guess I'm still learning how to deal with it.
That's how life is, Bernadetta. We all bear our scars, but the only thing we can do is keep going. The idea that nestling up to someone and being kind will make all of their pain disappear is nothing more than fantasy. That's simply not how such things work.
It's a mean old world, that's for sure.
But that's no reason to despair. After all, what are we fighting for but a world in which people are no longer left with scars like yours and mine? A world in which the people who wish to stand out can do so, while those who remain on the sidelines have their choice honored as well. That is the future we're building together.
Do you really think we can do it? Because if you do, I'm going to fight right alongside you, and then celebrate by locking myself in my room.
I'd say that's perfectly acceptable, so long as you've taken care of the things you need to do.
Aww, but doing things is the hard part. Stop being so difficult, world.
Hey, Bernadetta. I'm sorry about before.
No, I'm the one who should be sorry. Forgive me.
Huh? No, I'm the one who wants you to forgive me. Did you hear me apologize just now?
If I forgive you, will you forgive me? Then I forgive you. Please just let me live in peace.
After what happened, I went to Edelgard and asked her what I should do. She told me not to do anything and just to apologize. So I'm gonna figure out something I can get for you to make this right.
No, I don't need anything! Oh, rats, he's gone. I have a bad feeling about this.
Look, Bernadetta, I got you all your favorite foods.
Thank you? But, I think there's enough food here for 10 people, so...
Food is a foundation for building your body. If you train 3 times harder, you gotta eat 3 times as much. I mean, that's just science. And don't worry, if you can't eat it all, I'm happy to scarf down the rest.
Okay, so I can't actually train 3 times harder. And even if I did, I sure couldn't eat 3 times as much.
Look, Bernadetta, I took the bow you use for training and replaced it with an extra strong one. Oh, and don't worry, I won't interfere with your training. I learned my lesson last time.
Wow, this does look strong. Let's just... Oh, come on! I can't even pull the bowstring back! How am I supposed to train with this thing? Caspar?
Hey there, Bernadetta. What's up?
Listen, I wanted to talk to you about all the stuff you're doing to apologize.
Oh, yeah? Say, how's that training coming?
Lousy! So please, stop apologizing already!
What? But I softened up the training so it was way less than what I'd do myself.
Softer? What kind of training do you even do?
Well, for starters, I go 15 times harder than everyone else here. But of course, I don't have 15 times as many hours in my day, so instead I do 3 times the amount, 5 times as fast. As for food, I generally need to wolf down about 6 times as much as everyone else because of how hungry all my training makes me.
Okay, you're not human.
Oh, and when I train with a bow, I use one with a string pulled 5 times as taut as normal.
Oh, right, I get it! Your training is ridiculous.
You think it's ridiculous? But my father came up with it, and he's the Minister of Military Affairs.
Well, if he's the standard you're aspiring to, then no wonder that's how it is.
Huh. You know, I never considered that my father got so strong because of how unusual his training regimen is.
I mean, I don't know about all that, but your routine is definitely not normal.
But I've been doing it since I was a kid.
Yeah, that explains a lot. Hey, good luck with that!
La 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 la.
Is that Lady Dorothea? Oh, it is! Hello, Monica.
Oh, is something wrong?
Well, I was wondering, are you the same Lady Dorothea who is known as the mystical songstress?
Well, yes, I suppose I am. Did you not know that?
Not at first, though it made perfect sense once I finally realized it. I find it difficult to believe it's really you.
Well, I'm certainly not doing a lot of songstressy things here in the army, so I'm not surprised it took you a bit to put two and two together.
But it should not have taken me this long. You have the same name, and you carry yourself in the same dignified manner as the Lady Dorothea I saw in the capital. I can't believe you're right in front of me. The excitement is so great I can barely stand.
Oh, please, that's all in the past. Now I'm just another one of your allies.
No, you're different. There wasn't a girl in the capital who didn't want to be you. I spent years trying to find a ticket to one of your performances. But when I finally found one, I ended up in a seat where I couldn't see the stage very well. It was so far back, I could barely even make out your face. Or the rest of you, for that matter. That's likely why I failed to recognize you at first.
Well, I'm certainly pleased you came to see me, and I'm sorry the seat was less than ideal.
Oh, but the costumes and stagecraft were more gorgeous and stirring than I ever could have imagined. Your songs captivated me. They reached out from the center of the stage, all the way back to me in my little corner of the opera house. Just thinking about it puts a smile on my face.
You were a more passionate listener than I would have imagined, Monica. Moni? Still with me?
Oh, my apologies, Lady Dorothea. I was sort of carried off by a wave of memories there.
It's fine, but, can we maybe stop with all of the lady stuff? I find it a little unsettling.
Well, all right. Dorothea, you know, I'm somewhat surprised you didn't return to the opera company once the war broke out.
You're not the only one. Adie and I being classmates was a big part of why I stayed, but suffice it to say that a lot happened, and now I'm here.
It's a great honor to fight alongside you, Lady Dorothea.
Maybe I should just return the favor and start calling you Lady Monica.
Are you even listening to me, Linhart? I know what I saw.
Oh, I heard you the first time. I just think you misunderstood what your eyes were telling you.
The guy didn't have a head. What could I possibly misunderstand about that?
From a distance, many things could resemble the indistinct shape of a headless torso. It's irrational to assume it was a ghost. There must be a simpler and more scientific explanation. And you'll never convince me otherwise, no matter how much you howl. So best to just let it go.
You're being real stubborn about this. Wouldn't it be easier to just mumble something about how he might be right and move on?
A fair point. But you see... Father? Well, this is unexpected.
You too, Father? What are you doing here?
I had some matters to discuss with Her Majesty, and prefer to do so in person.
And I came to consider the continued unrest in the east of the Empire with the court.
And you thought it might be nice to pay your dear sons a visit while you were in the area. A sensible conclusion. Death awaits around every corner in these times. Each visit could be our last.
You are a fountain of positivity, my son.
We're not just here to bandy words. There's a fight waiting for us, and a lot of you are going to help.
All of us?
He can't possibly be counting me among those slated to help, can he? Father?
I was against the idea, but as you might imagine, Count Bergles would have none of it. You know some of the former Prime Minister's rebel sympathizers escaped, yes? Well, we've tracked them down in a town near to here. Leopold means to mount an attack and wipe them out in one fell swoop.
With just us? I hope you have more troops on the way.
Sorry, but this is all we've got. My army's engaging the kingdom on the Western Front, and Her Majesty's forces are busy with preparations for the next battle. Now come, we don't have much time.
Right, Got it.
And what do you think will happen to us if we let the two of them go it alone and they end up dead?
Oh, fine. As you said, it's not like we can talk the Count out of anything once he's set his mind to it. And Caspar is just as bad. That apple is so close to the tree, it may as well be part of the roots themselves.
I assume we can count on you as well, friend. It will be a hard battle, and I cannot vouch for our safe return should you refuse.
Don't see how I can say no when you put it like that. You're just as bad as Count Burgles in your own special way.
You appear to have a bond of mutual trust. Nicely done, son.
I'm not sure that's how I'd phrase it, but moving on. If we're going to do this thing, I suggest we move out and do it already.
Yeah, if we don't hurry, Caspar and his dad'll be drowning in bad guys before we even get our boots laced. Come on, we gotta catch up.
See? I knew I could rely on you.
I get the feeling this is going to be quite the bother before it's all said and done.
So much for catching the enemy unprepared. Though no matter, we'll wipe out what's left of this rebellion regardless.
That racket you caused outside of town certainly didn't help. Still, at least they've been drawn out.
Oh, if I might leave this to me.
So, what should I be doing again? Sure, let's... It's been a while since I fought alongside my father. You better step it up.
Even more than you usually do? In that case, I'll try to keep out of your way.
Are you kidding? My usual approach would get blasted away by my father's battle cry alone.
A good point. I'll stay away from him as well.
When did we two last fight side by side? During the troubles in Enbar, perhaps?
Quite recently. Hopefully things go better this time around.
I'll take this place down before you have time to strap your armor on.
For the love of...
Not yet!
Here it comes! Take this! You're done!
Leopold von Berkeley stands before you! Come and face me!
This'll be amazing!
I'm all right.
Not a problem. I've got this.
So, what?
Pain.
Hey, what's that noise? Are they onto us? These bandits seem unrelated to the rebels. Still, we might as well deal with them.
Not a problem. I've got this.
So, what should I do? Sure, let's try it. Sure, let's try it.
Oh, if I must. Leave.
Mowing down weak enemies is so very dull. What say you, Caspar? Care to compete over which group can rack up more kills?
You and Count Hevering versus the three of us? I like those odds!
Or you can leave us out of your absurd contest entirely.
I'll take this place down before you have time to strap your armor on!
Though I'm reluctant to do this, I can see no other choice.
This stronghold will fall!
Alright, that's one down.
Yeah, not bad.
Come on,
Take a breather.
give me another.
Can't we just have a nice, normal battle? Counting bodies is so tacky. It's nap time.
More bandits over there, Voldemort! Warp me in!
Another one-man assault? Well, if that's what you want. A wise man is ever ready.
Would you like to be warped as well, Caspar? I personally think it's a terrible idea, but I'll let you make your own decision.
No thanks, I'm running on pure, clean Caspar.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Oh, if I must. Leave this to me.
So, what should I be doing again? Hour this time.
By the way, what of the older boy? I understand he was taken captive?
He lives, but the temporary loss of Mercius had dire repercussions. I fear we must reassess his fitness for the Berkeley's method. Come on, Voldemort!
Oh, if I must. Leave this...
Falling behind!
I don't know why you insist on this foolish competition, Leopold. You know full well I can never keep up with you.
I'm feeling great, Father! What about you?
Need you even ask? Thanks to my training, my stamina is the envy of men half my age.
Thanks for that. I'll take this place down before you have time to strap your armor on.
More bandits? Or mostly bandits, I guess. I don't see very many rebels.
What's all the commotion? We're under attack, then fight back, you idiots!
Oh, if I must. Leave this to... Though I'm reluctant to do this, I can see no other choice. It's...
Not a problem.
nap time. Sorry.
This'll...
Oh, if I must. Leave this...
be amazing!
You're keeping quite close to me, Father. Is the Count's company not to your liking?
So... what should I be doing again? Sure, let's...
Leap?
Precisely so. The man is a selfish, overbearing oaf who doesn't even pretend to listen to me. He is the worst, and I curse fate for seeing fit to saddle us together since birth.
Battle does have its benefits.
Take a breather.
Oh, if I must.
I'll take this place down before you have time to strap your armor on.
Though I'm reluctant to do this, I can see no other choice. It's no.
Well, couldn't hurt. Not a problem.
That wasn't so bad.
We'll go on ahead to escort the prisoners.
We beat my father? I don't believe it!
You boys did well. So well, in fact, that I think we ought to put you to the test ourselves. What say you, Voldemort?
So be it. I've not promised to match your intensity.
Leave this to me. Oh, if I must. Leave this to me.
I've got this. My
Come on, let's show our fathers what we can do!
Beloved. Out of the way! Too easy.
Your power appears to be a thing you mastered all on your own. Beloved.
Show me what you've learned. Every technique and talent. Hold nothing back.
You're done! Against the strongest man in the Empire? You got it!
I'll give you all you can handle!
Here it comes! Out of the way! You're done!
Are you sure you have the right son here? Because I'd much prefer to stay out of this.
My force of will seems rather weak in the face of the might you display so casually.
You're done!
Oh, if I must.
Sorry, I can tell your heart's not really in this.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna prove how strong I am! This'll be amazing! Someone wants to die! It's over!
It doesn't feel like I've posed much of a challenge today.
Give me more! Impressive.
Now what? Painful.
Was about what I expected.
Take a breather. Here it comes! Take that! You're done!
We've nap time.
Sorry.
Behold, a token effort. How's this? Pardon me. This will do.
The vigor of youth. Let this battle be your proving ground. Impressive. You've done yourself proud.
It's not over.
Well, this day has been simply awful. Time for me to hurry home and fall into bed.
Ed, it's still early. I bet my father has plenty more training in store for us. I'll use this strength to perform mighty deeds.
I won't let myself stop here.
There must be more to this.
So you finally bested your old man, huh? I'm proud of you, Caspar. And Linhardt, you've come a long way as well. Oh, and it puts my mind at ease to know these two have a companion like you around. Don't you agree, Valdemar?
Any peace of mind I may have gained will doubtless be wiped out soon by more of your antics, Leopold. But yes, as one never knows what will happen on a battlefield, it is always good to have capable allies.
Wow, did you hear that? My father isn't easily impressed, so you must have really knocked his greaves off back there.
It's an honor to get complimented by such a renowned military mind.
Ha! Well, if you ever want to test your might, you know where to find me.
I don't think that was ever on the table.
No? Well, that's disappointing. Anyway, Caspar, I wanted to give you something. My gauntlets, Yarn Griper. They've been in our family for generations, and you don't even need a crest to use them.
Really? Are you sure?
It's only right that they get passed down to the next generation of Burgley's warrior.
You mean I've earned them?
Looks like all your hard work's finally paying off.
Yeah. Thank you, Father. Truly. I'm gonna get even stronger to keep proving I deserve the honor.
Ha! Well said, my son. Now then, it would be rude of me to let the rest of you go empty-handed after all that. Here, consider this as a thank you for letting me drag you all on my little adventure.
Hey, now we're talking. After all those years as a merc, I always expect some kind of reward after a tough battle.
You throw yourself vigorously into the fray to help your friends, yet also keep a tight grip on the strings of your purse. You would make for a fine civil servant, if you ever had the inclination.
Tempting, but I think I'd rather fight people than paperwork. Gals like me aren't cut out for the civilized life. I prefer to let my sword do the talking.
Wait, you have a talking sword?
What? Of course not.
If only you trained your mind with the same vigor as your muscles, my son.
Hey, speaking of minds, where's Linhardt? He's been awfully quiet through all this. Did he seriously just pass out?
Oh, are we going? Wow, look at that. I have a second wind. Just enough energy to get me home and into bed.
Huh? Oh, it's a cat. Looks like something spooked it. What's wrong, little guy? Is someone chasing you? Not that you'd be able to tell me anyway. Yuritsa, what's wrong? Wait a sec. Why do I feel like this has happened before?
There you are.
Yeah? What's up?
Not you. Her. The creature who raided the pantry.
Wait, you mean the cat?
She is swift. This is not the first time she has eluded my grasp.
Not the first... Oh, so this is who you were chasing the last time.
Yes, she was injured. I tried to tend to her, but she fled. Eventually, another soldier apprehended her.
So that's what was going on. It wasn't a person who went missing. It was a cat. Now that I think about it, I don't know if you ever said she was a person. Sorry for jumping to conclusions.
The fault is mine as well. My word choice was poor.
Honestly, I'm more surprised than anything. Never really saw you as a cat person. I always thought your antisocial tendencies extended to everyone, human and animal.
I only loathe people. I had a cat once. Back at House Bartels, with my sister.
No kidding. So they weren't always scared of you?
No. However, the cat vanished. After my mother and sister left. Perhaps it was frightened by the sight of me covered in blood.
I'm no cat expert, but they say animals can sense danger. Maybe it could tell that you'd become a threat somehow. Cats are fickle. Anyway, what do you plan to do once you've caught this bread bandit?
Take her with me, and make sure she never steals again.
What's that supposed to mean? Look, you practically scared the whiskers right off her.
I only planned to give her some food. I wonder why she was frightened.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a while till she realizes you just want to help.
I've been looking for you, Lynn. Here you go.
Ah, the notes from the War Council this morning.
thank you.
Say, why do you always ask me to do this now?
Well, you know the situation, so it just makes it easier. Especially now that I've had more projects dropped on my lap.
They're projects that you yourself proposed.
Besides, your handwriting is beautifully legible. Your way with words makes the material quite easy to digest. Really, it's delightful.
If you think I'm going to keep being your scribe just because you compliment me, think again.
Hello, Dorothea. How good to see you recovered.
Yes, I'm better now, thanks. The fever's all gone. Though, I'm way behind on everything because of it, so if you'll excuse me, I need to get caught up.
Here.
Are these notes? Wait, did you take notes for me the whole time I was recovering?
Yes, I summarized any essential information I thought you might need. War councils, scouting reports, that kind of thing.
So, this is your handwriting? Like, yours.
Why do you look so surprised? You do this exact same thing for me all the time. It's only natural that I'd step in for you during a time of illness.
Huh. You really are a strange guy. You know that? You never want to do anything that takes even the slightest effort, even when someone asks. And yet you went to all this trouble for me. So, like I said, you're strange. And a little infuriating.
If you say so. Personally, I think everything would be a lot easier if everyone behaved as I do. Actually, that would be great. Our war councils would take 5 minutes a day, tops.
And be pointless. Most days we'd probably just have an empty room because no one bothered to show up.
Oh no, it would absolutely be like that.
You know, I feel like I understand you a little better.
Being understood sounds like a bother in its own right. Oh well, I suppose we'll cross that particular bridge when we arrive at it. But for now, I'm afraid I'm quite tired.
Of course you are. Well, since I'm all better now, why don't you go ahead and sleep on my behalf? I'll take care of things while you do.
Better not. You're still recovering. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I found people to handle all your assigned work. So, take a day off and enjoy a long nap, all right?
I wish you were this nice on a regular basis. But despite that, you do have your charms.
I'm perfectly happy lacking charms, so don't bother looking for weird new ones in me.
Okay, seriously.
This war is getting more brutal with each passing day. If I don't learn to adapt, I'll never survive. Maybe if I work on my bow skills, I can get good enough to fight from a safe distance. I wonder if Petra would teach me. I mean, she doesn't hate me, so that must mean we sort of get along.
You are needing my help, Bernadetta?
Ah! Petra! Were you there this whole time?
For enough time. I am also thinking we are getting along.
You do? Aw, Petra! But I mean, I actually could use your help. I want to get better with the bows, so I was thinking maybe you could give me some intensive training? But I mean, you really don't have to. It's fine.
Of course. It would give me delight. But there is one concern I am having.
Oh, it's the fact that I'm horribly untalented, isn't it?
No, you are not without talent. I have seen you being very light upon your feet. But it is only when you are feeling threatened. So, for you to have the greatest improvement, I must be giving you fear when I am training you.
Okay. But maybe you could be threatening in a non-threatening way?
That could be done. But then you would not be having improvement. Terror is what you are needing for this.
I don't think I like the sound of that.
Then we must be forgetting this idea. I do not want your heart to be giving out.
Hey, come on! I'm not completely afraid of applying myself, you know?
If we are doing this intensive training, you will have to be facing the trial of wind. I am thinking you lack the readiness you need.
The trial of wind? You know what? Do your worst. My heart can take whatever you dish out and chew it into little tiny pieces.
Very well. Once we have our beginning, I will not relent. I hope you have offered your prayers today.
On second thought, maybe we should discuss this just a little more before we gotta say. Petra, enough! Cease! Your arrows are just one big blur!
Now it is time for seriousness. 100 arrows from behind.
I thought we were already serious! Is this the afterlife? Am I dead?
You have done it, Bernadetta! You are the survivor of Bridget's fearsome trial by wind.
What does that even mean?
This training is meant to be testing our resolve, just as the spirits do. Warriors of Bridget who are surviving the trial receive the blessings of the wind spirits. You have passed. Now the spirits will be with you always, and guiding your arrows.
I passed? Yes! You go, Bernie! But actually, I'm just happy to get your approval here. It feels nice.
It is the approval of the wind spirits, not mine. But I am sharing in your happiness all the same. I'll do my best.
Sure thing.
I will prepare the Scarlet Path. Come, the battle is at hand.
This is our... Let's get this operation underway, shall we? Starting the mission now.
Shall we? Let's give it a shot.
Here I go. No, they must learn who they're up against.
Chance to prove we're up to the task.
Though the wind blows ill, victory is never beyond. This imbeciles. Any final words?
By my command, march!
Let's get this operation underway, shall we? Starting.
Let's start the attack.
I feel no mercy.
Resistance is futile.
You're finished. Behold your undoing! Any final words? I feel no mercy.
My
So
turn?
this is defeat. I'm sorry.
Out of the way!
This is nothing.
How does that please you?
Let's get this operation underway, shall we?
I'm dragging the others down. I think that worked.
Any final words?
We're going to lose if this keeps up.
Taste more bitter than blackest coffee.
Finished! To kill is to grow stronger.
Allow me.
Watch this!
Right then, let us go to work.
Yes, my strength is yours.
I do hope you'll make this fun for me.
We'll have these defenses crippled in short order.
Our time has finally come!
Let's get this operation underway, shall we? Starting the mission now.
Shall we? Let's give it a shot.
Right then, let us go to... I will see my duty done.
Here I go. No mistakes. They must learn who they're up against.
If I may.
I must outwit even death.
I was a little too close for comfort.
I feel
Thanks.
no mercy.
No, not yet.
Any final words? Lady Edelgard's path to conquest continues. Behold your undoing! I feel no mercy. I shall paint Lady Edelgard a brilliant red path, wreathed in burning flame.
Look at you. Not afraid to get your hands dirty, huh?
Any final words?
It's not over.
Knowing when to retreat is a vital strategy. You're finished!
We're done for. The rest is up to you.
I feel no mercy. Any final words?
Someone help me? Shall we? Let's get...
Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
Hardly a problem.
Allow me...
We shall take up the defense! Already lost! I will end you! I won't give in!
What a relief. That's the kind of battle that can make or break our reputation.
To kill is to grow stronger.
Long story short, the Kingdom is preparing to ride west with a huge army. It looks like they're gonna throw everything they've got at Aryan Road.
Yes, we have received similar reports.
It's a pretty strange thing to do. I don't trust it.
Then you believe it to be a feint? Interesting. Well, if true, there are only so many places they could go. They cannot ignore our troops and attempt to take Deirdre. That would be folly. So the only other place I can imagine they would be after is Garreg Mach.
That's what I was thinking. So what's our play?
We can't risk losing the monastery. We'll have to send more troops to defend it. But at the same time, we can't unclench the fist we are trying to bring down on the kingdom. Our only choice is to mobilize the full resources of our regions.
Spoken like a woman with might to spare. I'm afraid we in the Alliance are already at our limits. But hear me out for a second. If the Kingdom really intends to attack Garreg Mach, they won't approach from the west. That would put them smack between your forces in Aryan Road and the monastery. It'd be suicide. That leaves them with only one option.
You're saying they'll take the northern approach through Edelgard?
Yep, the Valley of Torment, which just so happens to be the route we were planning to use ourselves. The Church of Seiros will likely mobilize every knight they've got, and that is a very big army.
Supposing you are correct, what do you suggest we do in response? Should we change our marching route to avoid clashing with them?
Nope. In fact, I vote we do the opposite. The Kingdom will catch on no matter how we try to deploy our troops, so I say let's meet them right there in Edelgard.
Interesting. But the valley path is treacherous and difficult to navigate, which will blunt the impact of our superior numbers. Why would we play into the enemy's hands like that?
Because sometimes trying to claim every advantage can be a double-edged sword. Leveling the playing field can often be the key to bringing an opponent down, especially if you know you can handle them. Besides, what better way to keep casualties to a minimum than by finishing them off in one battle?
You know how to convince me. Very well. I can get behind this plan.
Is there anything you would like to add, Hilda? You appear to be deep in thought.
Huh? Who, me? Nah, I'm good. I'm just standing in because Claude asked me to. If it brings the war to an end quicker, I'm all for it.
Right.
Hey, how's it going? You been getting enough food?
Definitely. I'm eating way better than I was back in my mercenary days.
You didn't eat so good, huh?
I spent most of my time moving from place to place, so I had to manage on my own. I'd just fling whatever I could get my hands on into a pot. Can't say any of it ever tasted too great.
Wow, I'm surprised you could even live like that. And you never stayed at an inn?
Sometimes, if one happened to be nearby and I had a little extra money lining my pockets. But I never really felt like the food there was any better.
Sounds like you were at all the wrong places then. Nothing fun about a bad meal, I always say. That's why I want my inn to be known far and wide for its delicious food. I was actually hoping to do some cooking out here, too, so I could hone my craft. But I don't think it's going so good. You want to know why?
If I had to guess, it's because you think everything tastes good no matter what.
Hey now, I know the difference between regular old grub and the kind of stuff that gets your mouth watering. See, all the meat and fish we've got in the pantry is preserved. When you're not working with the fresh stuff, nothing you make's gonna have people hollering for more.
You think? but there are dishes from all over the world that use ingredients that are on the verge of going bad.
You sure that isn't because they don't have a choice?
I'm no expert, but I've heard it can make a nice cut of meat even more savory depending on how you prep it.
Huh. Maybe we can learn some more if we ask someone who's from one of those places.
Not to mention, there are other ways of preserving food, too.
You mean, besides dumping salt on everything?
I'm sure you know about smoking your food, right? Things will keep for even longer if you do that after you cure them.
Yeah, but I heard that makes meat all smoky and gross. Kinda defeats the point if you ask me.
I think it depends on how you do it and what kind of wood you use. Apparently, it's really good if you do it right.
Wow, you sure know a lot about this stuff.
My mercenary days showed me more about the world than I could have ever imagined. I only really remember bits and pieces, though.
Come on, don't be so modest. I can't wait to get back in the kitchen with these new ideas you gave me. Hey, speaking of ideas, you want to help me think up some recipes with the stuff we've got here?
I'm not so sure me and cooking mix. But yeah, I wouldn't mind giving it a shot.
That's the spirit. I know we'll come up with some feast-worthy food if we just put our heads together.
I should call it a day. You sticking around?
Nah, I should finish up too. Thanks, Shamir. I have to work out new unit formations for our next battle.
You're pretty conscientious for a mercenary. That's rare in our profession. Well, sorry to cut and run. Good luck with all that.
No worries, I can handle it. It's my responsibility, after all.
Right, well, if you ever need a hand, just let me know.
Really? Thanks. Dependable as always, Shamir. Honestly, you're so mature for your age. You always seem so composed, almost wise. Even when we're just chatting.
I wouldn't say wise. Save that for the higher-ups. I just mind my own business. Plenty of mercenaries do the same.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that.
You know, you're pretty easygoing yourself, even by merc standards. Have you been on your own for long? Didn't you belong to a mercenary group at some point?
Yeah, but I bounced around a lot. Let's see, the company I was with the longest was probably Burling's mercenaries, the last one I joined. But then we clashed with Gerald's band, and I was the only one who survived.
There isn't a mercenary who hasn't lost someone or something along the way. But losing trusted comrades stays with you.
Yeah. Captain Burling, Getz, Lasley. We were a tight-knit group, if a little rough around the edges. I would have been content staying with them till the end.
Maybe your experience is what's made you so pragmatic. It takes real strength to overcome past hardships and move on. That's what I think, anyway.
You know, you seem way more pragmatic than me. I wonder what made you that way.
You should know not to pry into a mercenary's past. But if the right moment comes, maybe I'll tell you about it.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Hey there. Need something? Is this it? 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 See you around.
I'll show you what a mercenary can do.
I'll handle this. Send a flower to battle and watch it bloom.
I'm ready to be battling.
We have to win, no matter what. I have to focus.
Leave this one to me. That's my cue.
You can count on me. Allow me to aid you.
The Sky Spirit watches over me.
Not a problem. I've got this.
I'm swapping in. Do you want me to lay an ambush?
You are mine!
I'd rather be attacking than defending, but I still find this whole affair to be very annoying.
I can still fight!
This stronghold will fall!
All enemies will be falling! Away! Farewell! This place is becoming ours. Use this stronghold well. Not for myself, for everyone.
You gotta keep up with you.
For Bridget, I find strength to carry on. Position secure. You are mine! We'll get it done, no matter what. You are mine!
Let's go!
Not a problem.
I am only just beginning to fight. Incredible, but I know you're capable of more.
Probably best not to overdo it.
You are mine!
I think I'm in trouble here.
All enemies will be falling! You are mine! Farewell!
Our time has finally come!
So this is defeat. I'm sorry. Begin.
either.
Let's do this!
Yeah, not bad.
I'm sorry. We weren't strong enough.
Swapping in. All enemies will be falling. Farewell. We won't lose, no matter what.
Not a problem. I've got this. That's my...
Here goes. Perhaps a duet? We must work together.
I'm ready whenever you are.
This is on you.
I'm getting better, but at what cost?
Enemy down. I am preparing for more.
You're incredible, Petra. Just be careful you don't get hurt. Done and done. Now, what's next?
Attack! I was lacking caution.
This should do it.
I owe you one.
You can't let it end like this. Is it my turn? It is done. This place is becoming ours. Thank you for your protection, Flame Spirit. I'm not there yet. War feeds my body and mind. Witness Brigid Pride.
Indeed.
If you would.
What you think?
All that coin weighing you down? How's it going? Horseback riding? Sure. It'll keep me out of trouble at least. What? You miss me? Now this brings back memories. I used to pal around with hosts like this back in the day. Up for some sparring? I mean, we don't have to, but... Let's do this! I'm pretty good at picking my fights, but these are hard times for folks who can't say the same. Uh-huh. Just once, I'd like to be that guy who single-handedly turns the tide of battle. That's how you do it! Feels good to get out and stretch the old wings once in a while. Hope that helped you unwind a bit. Today's battle wasn't half bad. Minus that close call, I guess. I tell you, when I charged ahead and saw all those archers waiting for me, a single thought flashed through my mind. Not how I'd like to go, but that's life, I guess. Phew, I was sure I was done for.
What are you talking about? It was so windy, there was no way they could have gotten a clean shot at you. You completely wiped them out. Are you telling me you didn't plan it that way?
I mean, I knew a breeze was blowing, but still.
You're right. You would have been Balthus-sized target practice if the wind died down. But you bet your life that it wouldn't, right? That's something only you could pull off. I never would have taken those odds.
It was all lady luck, pal. Pure and simple. Where's this coming from, anyway? I thought you hated all that gambling on life and death stuff.
I did, but you're living proof that it can have a place on the battlefield. You roll the dice and get the job done. Can't argue with success. I have to accept that your way actually works. All I can do is hope you win your bets every time.
Thanks for saying that, but what happened today wasn't calculated at all. Things were going great, then I got carried away and made a stupid mistake. It just so happened that the wind was blowing the right way. Otherwise, I'd be dead.
Quit pulling my leg. There's no way that was a coincidence.
It was a complete fluke, honest. That's why I was gonna tell you I've learned my lesson. That I'm done gambling with my life.
Really? That's the best idea you've ever had.
But since you admitted my way has merit, I think I'll keep rolling the dice. I gotta do what works for me, you know? Can't let one close call make me lose my nerve.
Wait, what? Isn't that what almost got you killed today? I take it back. You are definitely gonna die. Please stop.
Nope. Too late. A warrior doesn't go back on their word after all. We might have had some misunderstandings along the way, but what's important is that you learned to accept me for who I am, right?
In that case, what about you saying you weren't gonna bet your life on this stuff anymore? A warrior doesn't go back on their word after all.
That doesn't count. I only said I was gonna tell you.
Sure, whatever you say. Your logic is flawed, but it makes a tiny bit of sense.
I know, right? You're a good sport, pal. If you still want to grumble about it, we can hash things out later when we're celebrating our victory.
Fine, I can live with that. It's a tough job, but someone's got to talk some sense into you.
Now you'll see how hard I've been training.
Sure thing.
I hear the song of battle.
Now what does the enemy have planned?
Do you want me to lay an ambush? Begin. The Sky Spirit watches over me.
So, sure, let's try it.
Let's get this operation into work. Starting the mission now.
I'll fight to the last!
The enemy stronghold will be ours.
We'll bring it down in no time.
I can do this!
This will really demoralize our enemies.
About time!
Leave this one to me. That...
Ah, I really stepped in it there.
Out of my way!
I'd rather be attacking than defending, but I still find this whole affair to be very annoying.
You'll have to take things from here. I'm swapping in!
How do you like me now?
We'll be in a good position if we can capture this stronghold.
Get another one!
Use this stronghold well. You are mine! We'll strike at the weakest point.
I do hope you'll make this fun.
Begin. The Sky Spirit watches over me.
That's my cue. Here goes.
I'll fight to the last.
This is on you.
My turn?
And swap.
Leave this one to me. That's my cue.
So, sure, let's try it.
One step closer to victory.
You are mine!
Time to make a name for ourselves.
For Bridget, I find strength to carry on.
You like that? Onward! Take it down in one fell swoop. You shall pay for this, you hear?
I have finished with great success. We'll be in a good position if we can capture this stronghold. Farewell.
We're going to lose at this.
Leave this one to me. That's my cue.
Keeps up. I'm not fucked.
Knowing when to retreat is a vital strategy.
Begin. The sky punch.
Out of my way!
Probably best not to overdo it. We did it!
This victory is for Bridget. Farewell!
Hey, you're almost as good as me.
In the name of Bridget!
Give them no quarter!
Peace awaits us. I know it does.
Witness Bridget pride. War feeds my body and mind. I work to grow.
I'll take what I can get.
Greetings.
I'll do my best.
I shall make my dream a reality.
Understood. To war. It is
Shall we? I'm here to help, if you don't...
starting the mission. Advancing.
Just do as I plan. Let us band together and crush.
Starting. Forget this.
Don't push yourself too hard, okay?
Don't panic. Just handle it.
What next?
It tastes more bitter than blackest coffee.
Tremble in fear before me. With me at once.
Come on, shady lady.
Stop calling me that! Behold! Tremble before me!
All would be lost if I were to die here.
My turn? Let's get this operation underway, shall we? Let's
witness.
That turned out well.
easy. You're weak. It begins. Tedious. You're weak.
This is our chance.
I've got this.
Starting the mission. Is that an order?
You know what they say about playing with fire.
Looks like you got one tough fight on your hands.
Only the sweet taste of death makes me feel alive.
Nothing to it.
Sorry, but I gotta fall back.
Fine choice.
This grows troublesome.
Hit him again.
Ready, are you?
No, not yet.
Retreat!
This grows troublesome.
Hold it.
Quit talking and fight! Stand aside!
That's rich coming from you. Bow before me.
Here I go! Follow my lead!
Come on, shady lady.
Stop calling me that! Behold!
My turn.
Witness the glory of House Nouvelle!
This place might come in handy. Let's get this operation underway.
Miss.
Help me, Emil.
By your will, your life is forfeit.
You know what they say about playing with fire.
That should suffice.
Let's go together.
Stand back, Mercedes.
I can fight too.
This battle will make a fine stage for my debut.
He'll get no sympathy from me.
That was wonderful. Please retreat. I've got this. Let's get...
It is time.
Start the fight!
Moving on.
Don't get cocky just because we won. That'll do. For now.
Child's play. A useful skill.
Witness the revival of House Nouvelle!
Thanks for tipping me off. It was the push I needed. I've been grappling with what to do for a long time. If I'd had someone like you around, I might have made the right decision in the first place. I bet I'd be walking a very different path right now. Lester would sure be different. Maybe even all of Fódlan would be different.
I think you're giving me too much credit.
I don't know. I'm a pretty good judge of character. But anyway, if you don't have anything else lined up after the war, why not come with me? I think we make a pretty good team.
Yeah, maybe we do. I'll give it some thought.
That's all I could ask. But for now, I guess you know what to do next.
I see.
If you would.
What you think?
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use. Well, how'd it go? Any result's a good result.
Allow me to assist with any matters regarding the facilities. Let me know if I may be of further service.
Everyone, lend me your ears. Soon we will arrive in the Valley of Torment, where our Imperial allies will fight for supremacy against the forces of the Kingdom and Central Church. This is certain to be a violent and bloody battle. Death will indeed feast well this day. So think long and hard. Is this what you want? Yes, we signed a pact with the Empire, but only under duress after they overran our lands. And what was the other option? To side with the corrupt church and the kingdom they cling to? Never. A false choice is no choice at all. But now, right here and now, the Lester Alliance has a chance to turn the tables. Loyal friends, brave allies, fellow visionaries, will we accept an emperor who pays for her needless wars in the coin of our blood? Will we submit to an archbishop and a king who would shackle us to their outmoded customs? I say no. I say never. And this day, on this battlefield, we stake a claim to a future of our own making. This day, we help these monsters destroy themselves and claim this world for our own. This day, we declare war against the Empire and the Kingdom.
I take it you heard the ill news, Your Majesty?
Moments ago, yes.
I don't get it. Why would the Alliance want to make enemies of both the Empire and the Kingdom? It doesn't make any sense.
I underestimated you, Claude.
in there and watch our enemies fly!
The Empire, the Alliance, the Kingdom, even the forces of the Church. To think we would all meet in such a cramped locale.
Hold on. Does anyone actually see the Knights of Saros amidst all this? I wonder if they're not even here to begin with.
We strike at the Imperial Army today. Do not let the Alliance distract you.
Yes, as you command.
The party's already starting, huh? It's too bad we couldn't throw it for something a little more civilized.
Would it kill you to be serious for once, Claude?
For the last time, Flane, I am against this. It is not too late to retreat.
And for the last time, I intend to fight. Besides, it would seem the battle is about to begin.
Well then, just give the command, Edelgard.
Good. Our very hope depends on you. Brave warriors of Adrestia! The time has come to demonstrate the Empire's valor, to prove our supremacy! Any who dare stand in our way must be cut down! Now! As one, attack! Claude clearly wants us to deal with the Kingdom and the Church ourselves, so that he can profit from the fallout.
Yes. It would appear someone has let our plans slip. The enemy knew precisely where the boxes lay.
We'll be torn apart if we fail to forestall the enemy. Seize their forward stronghold. Push their lines back.
So, what should I be doing again? Need a hand?
I will gladly handle this. Orders received. I will gladly handle this. Allow me to work with you.
There's not a question of can, only a matter of will. Leave this to me.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Here I go. No, they must learn who they're up against.
Leave this one to me. Looks like you could use some help. It's Bernie's time to shine. I'm gonna help, okay?
Oh, if I must. Leave this to me.
Leave this to me.
I have no intention of retreating anywhere. Instead, we'll bring the fight to them before they can overwhelm us.
Go! Seize the Empire's strongholds!
Attack! Don't let those Imperial weaklings scare you!
Oh no! They're coming at us from the front and the rear!
Watch the ground. Even a single wrong step will cause undue pain.
We can probably secure a crossing if we find a way to stop the lava.
Yes, but if we can cross, so too can our enemy. Now is not the time. We cannot maintain our assault without some kind of foothold. Our strongholds must be protected at all costs.
Follow my lead.
Let's make a scene!
Victory will be ours! This is war!
people do love your bloodshed.
Taking control of one stronghold at a time. We will prevail.
I'm done being nice! I will take all the strength I can get. With me! Let's make a scene! Victory will be ours! This is war!
I'll use this strength to perform mighty deeds.
My turn. I'll carve my way right through them. Got you. Follow my lead. Let's make a scene. Victory will be ours. This is war. There's not a question of can, only a matter of will. Leave this to me.
Oh, if I must. Leave this to me.
Here I go. No mistakes. They must learn who they're up against.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Not on my watch, pal. The Kingdom's no match for us, and neither is the Alliance. Everyone, just stay calm.
All right, you'll do. I'm done being nice.
I will heal your wounds. Please, be careful out there. This should be of use.
What is this? The second coming of Saint Sethlene? Strike her down and put an end to it already.
Say, check out that boulder. I wonder if we can use it to block the lava and reach the other side.
Though I'm reluctant to do this, I can see no other choice.
They must learn who they're up against.
There's not a question of can. Only leave this to me.
Watch this.
You think a few nicks and scratches will send me packing? Stand down, Felix.
Stand aside.
It's a wonder you can still stand. Now would you please let us handle the rest? You better come back alive, Sylvain, or else. I hope you're watching, Ingrid. Today is the day I avenge you. Our way is clear. Onward!
You've already lost! I will end you!
Why must you hurt each other like this? You are all brothers and sisters! I cannot take much more. Yet the others will be in grave danger if I flee.
Flame, no more! Get to safety!
Breathe. Here I go. No mistakes. They must learn who they're up against.
Very well, brother. But you must swear not to put yourself in unnecessary danger.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Leave this one to me. That's my cue.
Leave this, but it's nap time. Sorry.
This should We've gained an early advantage. Well fought, one and all.
No, I hope you're ready to part with your head. Because I mean to lay it at my friend's grave. This is nothing compared to the pain she felt. You'll pay. Forgive me, Your Majesty. May fortune favor you in battle. Not you too, Sylvain.
My turn?
What am I supposed to do now?
If we keep this up, the battle may be ended before it can truly begin. Here I go. No mistakes. They must learn who they're up against.
Not a problem.
A chance! It's unnerving how well we're doing. I hope that means we're headed for a quick victory. 10!
There's not a quest. Leave this to me.
Oh, if I must. Leave this to me.
Leave this one to me. That's my cue.
Now, give the signal.
You got my back?
We will do this together.
I'm gonna follow your lead. I've got you now.
I'm getting stronger.
The Empire's fanned out to the north and south. Split them in two and box them in.
Alliance reinforcements have appeared in the middle of our ranks.
There's no time to regroup. Just deal with them as best you can and minimize casualties.
Those are the forces we slipped our agents into.
You will go no further.
Not a problem.
A seed early sown is a reward which shall not. Imperial agents, break disguise and cut the Alliance down.
Looks like they didn't trust me as much as I thought. This is gonna hurt.
We should be able to take our troops across now that the ground has cooled.
Look! The lava stopped! Then why
We're the best!
We'll walk right over them. How's this?
It seems we were too hasty with that strategy.
In the name of His Majesty, you will perish here.
Pardon me.
I am your...
Oh, if I must. Leave this to me.
man! If we do not maintain control of our footholds as we go, the battle will turn against us.
I'll take over.
There is not a question of can, only a matter of will. Leave this to me.
Well, if this is our fearless leader's big moment, I guess I can pitch in.
Stand aside!
Take a breather.
Here I go. No mistakes. They must learn who they're up against.
Jesus, damn.
It's not...
Oh, couldn't hurt. Not a problem. I've got this.
Up time.
I'm not finished yet. Fódlan to do. Please, I cannot afford to lose you.
Get ready for Hilda Valentine Goneril!
Sorry. I think I'm improving.
I am your...
Oh, if I must. Leave this to me.
Your man! With me! Let's make a scene! Victory will be ours! This is war! I'm done being nice! I shall never back down! I've got you! I will overcome this sacrifice and move on.
You gotta keep up with you.
Follow my lead! Let's make a scene! Victory will be ours! This is war!
Wait.
Leave. That's my cue.
There's forward, march!
They must learn who
Over my head. But I'm not letting up until it's over.
Not yet! You're losing the battle.
lost.
I must act!
I will end you. For the fate of Fodlan.
Oh, if I must. Leave this to me.
There's not a question of can, only a matter of will. Leave this to me.
My turn. Here I go. No mistakes. They must learn.
Now I know what death's door looks like.
Well, this turned out to be a stupid idea. Now what do I do?
Hilda's in trouble. Archers, give her some cover! Call it off when you need to, Hilda. There's no shame in falling back.
Thanks, Claude. But I'll be okay, so long as the archers are with me.
I'm gonna follow your lead. I've got you now.
Not a problem.
I've got this.
Things aren't looking so hot.
I will end
I told you to get out of there, Hilda. Now back off and let me take over.
Sorry, Claude. Good luck.
Enough messing around. You'll have to contend with me now.
Not a problem.
I've got that.
The man strides before knowing it will cost him his life.
The Empire and all who prostrate themselves before it will be punished by my hand.
This stronghold will fall!
I defy you!
Edelgard is lucky to have someone like you on her side. I envy her.
You'd be right here with us if you didn't decide to stab her in the back. Take a breather.
It's nap time.
Leave this one to me. That's my cue.
Here I go. No mistake.
Oversight. The days when the battlefield would shove us forth. I am not beaten yet!
Am I helping you?
We're the best!
walk right over them. How's this?
An oversight. Get her. I must live on. The flame.
With me! Let's make a scene! Victory will be ours! This is war!
That was the Archbishop's ace, but there's still no sign of most of the Knights of Saros.
Follow my lead! Let's make a scene! Victory will be ours! This is war!
Watch this!
My turn.
Leave this one to me. That's my cue.
There's not a question of can. Only leave this to me.
Oh, if I must. Leave this to me.
Here I go. No mistakes. They must learn who...
I will capture this stronghold. People trusted me to pull this off. I have to win. Is that all you got?
Just in case.
It goes on.
This is a shame, Claude. I thought we'd finally forged a path to...
It was a good strategy, but not good enough. And now, look what I've done to all of you.
True friendship.
What can I say? I've got big dreams, same as you. Plus, I think we both knew this was gonna happen eventually.
You got my back? We will do this together!
I'm gonna follow your lead. I've got you now.
It's not what you wanted, Claude. But the world won't forget your ambition, because it will live on through me.
I take the field. Every last one of them will yield to me, or they shall perish.
It's not... Leave this to me. Time.
Courage now! The time has come to bring our war with the kingdom to its end. Take control of the whole area. Our victory must be beyond question.
What is this folly? Yours is not the head I seek.
I could use a hand.
We're the best!
We'll walk right over them. How's this?
Have to be strong to survive, I guess.
Turn.
I'll take over.
That just leaves the enemy leaders.
Our conflict ends here. I shall see to your demise with my own 2 hands.
I'm up against the King of Fargus himself. I'm not about to back down.
I'll sacrifice my own body if I must. Every ounce of my being, I offer for the future of Fargus.
It's not too late, Dimitri. Sever ties with the Central Church and return to your people. You've already lost. I will end you.
I shall never. Am I to believe that will end your aggression? You'll come for me anyway. Your thirst for blood is unquenchable. If I die, the kingdom dies. I must retreat.
There's no time to give chase. Still, this is a victory for the Empire all the same.
Yeah, they kept us guessing, but at least we... What's that?
Butcher most vile. You killed the sire of this vessel, and now you die for it!
It's you the monster wants, so let's give the Ashen Demon a fitting end.
Leave this to me.
You're strong. I've got a little something of my own. This time, I know I can take you.
Our foe intends to win. But just for you, I'll send past the question to put myself.
Victory will be ours! This is war!
Be gone! This fight is not for you! This vessel will not move as I command!
The monster's losing control. Now's our chance to finish it.
Wretched, hateful thing!
Watch this! My turn?
You've finally done it. The Ashen Demon is no more.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sound too pleased with yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I should be. But now that it's over, I just feel kinda empty. What if all this was just some horrible mistake? What if there was another way we could have solved all this? Sorry, I shouldn't be dumping all this on you.
There's nothing to apologize for. You're processing a lot right now. I'm not sure what it means to feel happy and empty and regretful all at the same time. But I think I'm going through it myself too. Though I wouldn't call it happy per se, more like free. Like I've finally finished a quest I thought would never end. The relief could practically move me to tears.
Hey, are you crying?
I'm not sure, but I do know this. I'm beyond grateful for everything you've done for me. I couldn't have asked for a better partner in destiny.
Same here, friend.
Great things await me.
And I'll keep getting stronger too.
I'm getting better, but at what cost?
I will not stop until I achieve greatness.
I'll surely put this to good use.
Only thorns left on this rose.
A last-minute betrayal like that should have been the end of us. This is a massive victory, and yet...
Something bothering you?
Where was the Archbishop? Where was the main force of the Knights of Seiros? Rhea would have relished a battle like this, yet she was nowhere to be found.
No. Hubert, let me ask you something. When the Archbishop escaped from Garreg Mach, we found no evidence of how she managed to reach this valley, correct?
Indeed. We searched high and low, but it was only by chance that we picked up her trail in ALL. That is how we knew she had entered the kingdom. Without that clue, she would have been in the wind.
Just as I suspected.
What is it, Ferdinand? Is Garreg Mach in danger?
Of course. There must be a secret path that connects this valley to the monastery. Rhea and the Knights might be using it to attack Garreg Mach right now.
It's certainly possible. Hubert, your thoughts?
I will look into it. But I am almost certain that Ferdinand's theory is correct. We should assume this is the case, and take action immediately.
Of course it is correct. Very wise of you to see that.
In that case, we'll divide our troops. The main force will proceed with occupying Galatea. We'll lead the remaining third south to Garreg Mach.